Let's go to the hotline.
Why?
He's a little late. I mean,
really?
18 minutes late.
Hurley was on time for his radio
I'm
show.
sure he was. Yeah, well, he had a lot of apologizing to do. This guy has no apologizing to do. It's Joe Mazzulla, brought to you by Amica Insurance, the exclusive auto, home, and life insurance partner of the Boston Celtics. Joe, good afternoon.
What's up, fellas? Good morning here.
Is that why you're late, Joe? Because of the time change?
No, I was going for a walk. I apologize.
That's fine, buddy. Don't worry about it.
Brad used to call us when he was out for a walk.
Oh, around that lake.
That used
Remember
to be his
COVID?
thing during COVID. He would call us while he walked around the lake in Orlando.
Oh, in the bubble?
Yeah, stuck in the bubble.
Yeah.
I think that was maybe the only time he enjoyed doing the interview because it was a chance to talk to somebody else that wasn't in the bubble with him.
I love these things. It's a highlight of my week.
I'm sure it is. Well, let's get into it then. Jayson Tatum, your star player, Joe, he goes down the other night. Didn't look good at first. Did you feel like coming out of that you dodged a pretty big bullet?
I just those moments. That's kind of when you trust like the work that the players do, the work that the trainers do. That's when you trust it the most. You know, that's the stuff that a lot of people don't see. A lot of the time spent for these guys is, you know, being able to handle heavy minute games, being able to handle, you know, small tweaks and stuff like that. So a lot of the prehab that they do is for those moments. So just felt like it was an opportunity to trust, you know, him, sports science team, his trainers. You know, you got good people around him.
Well, I know that, you know, he was out there working out on the floor last night. Are you expecting him back soon? This weekend, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, we'll always do what's best for him, what's best for the team. What gives us the best chance to win? He's progressing well. Progressed well pregame. We'll see how he comes out of that today, and, you know, we'll just kind of take it from there. But, you know, he seems to be doing a lot better.
And I've heard some of the narrative coming out of this, too, and like even the broadcast, they say, oh, that's sort of dirty going up under him like that. Do you feel that this is a thing, not only just this year, but other years where, you know, guys defend him extended like that and sort of undercut him?
Yeah, I mean, I think the league has tried to address it by, you know, making it a flagrant foul, which they did. But it's definitely something that needs to be paid attention to, you know, especially with the type of jump shooter that he is. You see a couple other guys get protected, you know, who have a similar landing on their jump shot. So definitely something to pay attention to, but glad he's okay. And, you know, we did get the flagrant and the ball back.
I did think you had some very interesting post-game commentary the other night when you said you didn't see the play, but you thought it was the right call. I was curious how you could reach that conclusion, having not seen the play.
Just classic coach talk, you know?
All right. At least you admit it. Hey, while we're at it, how about that Luka trade to the Lakers? You heard about that yet?
Never heard of it. I didn't even hear what happened.
Hey, Joe, we've been talking about Dan Hurley. He's been getting a lot of run back here for, you know, just his in-game antics and shouting at the Baylor team, mother bleeping the refs. You ever do that, walking off the court? Or do you wait till you get in the locker room?
Yeah, I mean, I try to pick and choose the spots. I mean, you know, I understand that there's a time to, you know, control the environment, you know, in-game for your team. And at the same time, you know, whether it is send a message or not. So, you know, none of us are perfect. You know, I had my fair share of that earlier this year and against Chicago. So you just try to do the best you can to, you know, control the environment for your team, send a message when necessary, but at the same time, you keep, you know, winning the most important thing. So, you know, none of us are perfect in that pursuit.
Unfortunately, Dan Hurley can't say that he was just wishing them a happy holidays the way you were able to do.
No one sends a Christmas card like I do, huh?
An excellent one. I don't know if you know, but the other night, the new ownership was in the building and was taking in the game and taking in the action. And I don't know if this was relayed back to you, but Bill Chisholm's wife, Kimberly, was on the broadcast here in Boston and had some very nice things to say about you. We thought maybe we'd play it for you so you could hear this compliment.
I mean, it's actually weird because I said at some point, like, Bill, you need to tell Joe that I'm obsessed with him. And he goes, that would actually be a little weird. But I am, because he's doing such an incredible job and he has such an intensity. But he has a way, I mean, honestly, he's very funny. And he has a way of interfacing that I'm always waiting for what's going to come next. But he's just an incredible visionary.
We just thought you should know about that because we're not sure that Bill relayed that to you because it sounded like Kimberly could not convince her husband to relay that message to you.
Yeah, I mean, I think grateful that having the new ownership that we just come in, on the right page, and everybody kind of has an alignment as to protecting the Celtics tradition, and winning is the most important thing. So, whoever is in charge of that, we just need to make sure we do that. So,
would you describe yourself as funny, Joe?
Yeah,
optimistic opinion.
Yeah, are you funny?
Are you a funny guy? Haha.
I mean, it depends on what your definition of funny is. I would imagine some people don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of know you a little differently. I would say, yeah, you're funny in moments with us, like off the record.
I think coaching is, and you kind of go back to, I think coaching is a balance, right? Of controlling the environment, moments to pick your spots of when you want to be yourself. But I think because you're communicating so much to different audiences, you're always changing up who you're talking to. Sometimes in interviews you're talking to your team, sometimes you're talking to the fans, sometimes you're talking to ownership, sometimes you're talking to the general audience. And so, I think the most important thing is just kind of having a balance of, okay, who's the audience? What message do we have to get across? What's the most important thing? And that's kind of changing so much, especially with just so many interviews and so much talking. And, with the media having such a powerful presence kind of in sports. And
thank you.
So I think just being aware of what your audience is and who you're talking to and what you're trying to get across, that could be changing, all the time.
I would just say that if Bill Chisholm bought 98.5 The Sports Hub and I heard that kind of commentary about this show, Zoe, let's say, I'd be doing backflips. Joe, if I were you, I'd be doing that is tremendous job security right there. You should save that clip, and if your job is ever in jeopardy at some point down the road, you just pull that thing out and be like, hey, you sure you want to do this, Bill? You sure about that?
Yeah, like I said, I think when you have change coming, the first thing is you want to make sure there's ultimate alignment, like we've always have, and I'm grateful, that in the beginning phases of this that there is ultimate alignment. I will also say, just wait till you get to know me. You won't feel as positive about that.
Huh. See,
you are funny.
Yeah. Maybe you think this is a stupid question, Joe, but you've met a lot of really important people and big donors and owners and all that. Do they look different? You could tell, that's a billionaire. Just the way they carry themselves.
They have a scent to them that you're like, ooh, that smells like money.
You know what I'm saying?
Not off the bat, but I think what you try to do is try to, when you get around, people who have been successful, especially in other arenas and other things, you try to find the one or two things that make them tick. I think that's kind of, the biggest thing is okay, in this 5-minute conversation, can you kind of figure out what makes this guy tick, right? And how there's always small things that people have done to get to where they get to, and trying to find that and learn from that. And so that's kind of, in those moments where you're trying to say, okay, this guy's gotten to this point in his life for a reason. Some of it is because of who he is. Obviously, some of it is because of the people around him. And how can you pull and learn from that and kind of take it from there?
Hey, I meant to ask you, did the medical staff ever get to the bottom of what was plaguing Kristaps Porzingis while he was ill? Because it seems like he's not alone in this. There's a story going around about Mookie Betts dealing with a mystery illness that has caused him to be sick to the point of dropping 20 pounds.
One of the Red Sox
and
had
he's,
it too,
and he's
right?
not a big guy. Yeah, William Abreu.
Yeah, Abreu, yeah.
Didn't he have it? Did they ever get to the bottom of that?
No, I mean, I think, obviously the most important thing was taking the necessary steps to make sure, one, he was getting better, and two, when he did come back, that he was healthy. And I didn't know that about Mookie Betts, but, obviously, hopefully he's okay. And, I think another situation kind of to Tatum's ankle where you have an opportunity to trust your staff and your trainers to go through the necessary things to make sure, one, our guys are healthy, two, we're putting them in the best possible position. And, I think the AP does a great job of that, and I think the staff did too in that moment.
Hey, Jayson Tatum was on the Jason Kelce and Travis Kelce podcast the other day, and he told a story about you after he got teed up. I think it was against Portland. And he said he has 3 or 4 more before he gets the automatic suspension. And you told him you should get a couple more and maybe come at me and fight me for it like Travis Kelce did with Andy Reid. You remember that?
Yes.
I do, yeah. I think one of the biggest highlights, in these 3 years has been the locker room and the relationships that you build with the guys and how you connect differently with different guys. And, you always have cool moments, whether it's post game, whether it's in game, where you have a perspective of like, hey, we work for the Celtics. We got a chance to do something special. Let's have fun along the way and kind of enjoy each other's company. So I'm grateful that he shared that. I'm grateful that he allows, me to coach them and the relationship that we have. And, I'm grateful for the guys and the bonds that we have. And so when it's all said and done, hopefully we win a ton of championships, but more importantly, hopefully we remember, the relationships and the type of that we kind of have with each other.
More importantly, when that fight happens, how would you attack him? Like, is it just to step at him to get him to freeze and then inside?
What's the confidence level?
It depends. I mean, he's got a long wingspan.
Sweep the leg, Joe.
Yeah. I guess the ankle would be a point of.
There you go.
There
Nice.
you go. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I know too much.
See,
Known injury.
so the ankle is bad then.
Yeah. Of all the guys on your roster, where would you rank Tatum as likely to fight? I think I might have him dead last. That doesn't feel like his style.
I mean, that's the cool part about our guys is, everyone has strengths. Everyone is a threat in some capacity. And, heading into a situation, everyone's got something that they're great at and something that they could overwhelm you with. And it's having the respect for that. So definitely not last. Definitely has a couple threats that you have to be aware of.
All right, you're down to single digits of regular season games left. 9 to go. Finish strong.
That's it?
That's it.
That's it,
9
man.
to go, and then it's playoff
That's it?
time. That's it.
What are you guys doing today?
Finishing the show till 2, and then I'm going to go to Rhode Island down in Lincoln. We're going to throw down there with my son, and then we're going to come up, play some basketball, and then we'll probably go home, watch parts of The Office again over and over, as I always do.
The Office, I would always choose Curb over The Office.
Yeah, I've been on Curb lately too. Joe, have you watched White Lotus at all?
So everybody was talking about this. I watched the first 2 episodes. I like it.
First 2 episodes of season 1 or season 3? What are you
First
starting?
2 episodes of season 1. I'm a little behind.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, you got a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got 2 weeks
But
until the season finale
I
of
like it,
season
though.
3. So, keep going, man. Keep going.
It's very interesting. I love
yes.
the reality of kind of those types of interactions. I mean, in the first 2, the guy can't get past. He doesn't have the pineapple suite. That's tough.
Yeah, it is.
That is tough.
It gets really interesting, Joe, to say the least.
Yeah.
There's some discussions that take
season
place.
Did you guys
It gets
finish
a little wild.
Paradise?
What was it?
Paradise.
Did you guys finish Paradise?
No, did I
I've
start
not-
that?
I've not even started that.
I don't think I started that. I didn't start it yet.
Oh, you got to watch Paradise.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll get in. I'll put that on my list as the next one to start.
It's a big time show because if it's not happening already, it's going to happen soon.
Okay. It's gotten excellent reviews, I believe.
Yeah, no, it's big time.
Okay. I'm going to check it out. Add your
And
recommendation.
then De Niro's new one.
I've been watching that. 0 Day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching that one. That's the one I need to finish before I get to Paradise.
First 3 episodes a little slow, but then it picks up.
Yep. I'm like probably 4 or 5 in, so it's picked up.
Yeah.
It's moving now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Joe, we'll talk to you again next week. Sound good?
All right. Hey, yeah, great to see you guys.
Have a
Sorry
good
for
trip
being
back,
late.
Joe. See you, buddy.
No worries. See ya.
Later.
Bye. Joe Mazzulla, Celtics head coach.
Bad ankle, huh?
Sounds it. If you like that clip, check out more videos from Zolak and Bertrand here. For more Celtics analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.